everybody. Today's episode we're going to be making 5 gallons of apple wine. Today I'm using Jim and George's home winemaking book, A Beginner's Guide. I've got my 5-gallon carboy filled up right now with some of this iodine here. You want to make sure you use this on all your components you're going to be using with your juice to sanitize everything you're working with. If you don't, you could add some bacteria that you don't want in your wine and it could spoil it. So I've got my 5 gallons of water and iodine sitting for about 5 minutes. You're going to want to empty this out and let it air dry, and it's a good time to do that before you go ahead and process your fruit. That way it leaves you time for all your components to dry. So right now we're going to go and cut and juice up our apples. Okay, now the slow and tedious process of cutting these guys. 40 pounds, that's going to be a lot. Hope you guys have some time. Yep, you got to take all the cores out. You don't want to have any of those seeds in there because for me, running those through the juicer, it's going to affect the flavors. Cut these up in nice little slices. Big enough, if you're using the juicer, you're going to make sure they're big enough, obviously, to fit through the top of the juicer. So I like to have mine pretty thin. You know what, there's got to be an easier way than this. Like this. Oh yeah, a lot quicker. Alright guys, well, we'll get back at you after I finish decoring and slicing up all these apples. Alright, that took me about half an hour, but a lot faster with that apple cutter than just by cutting it by just a knife. So these are 40 pounds of apples right here, and we're going to run them through this juicer. Today we're using the Omega juicer, and see if you can see that. There we go. And if you need any information on juicers, I'd recommend going on Growing Your Greens. He sells juicers for a living, and not just to buy. I mean, I'm not recommending him just for you to buy a juicer, but it's nice to be able to compare one juicer to another and which one's better for certain applications. So anyways, let's get to juicing and making our wine. Alright, so this is going to be kind of a long process. I'm not going to bore you guys with the whole video, but here's the how the machine works here. Make sure that's, yep. It's got a forward and a reverse, so I'm just making sure it's on the forward. So I'm going to feed this through. Here's our pulp container here, and then the liquid over here. And it's important to keep these skins on because these add tannins and complex flavors to your wine, so you want to make sure to leave that on there. Okay, so now we've filled up one of the containers, so we're just going to pour this into our 5-gallon bucket here. And once we get all the juice in there, we're going to mix up our ingredients, add some water until we reach our 5-gallon capacity for the carboy, and then we'll let it ferment. But we've got a little ways till then, so stick around. Alright guys, so we're done juicing our apples. That's about 40 pounds worth. Now we're down to our last little batch there, so probably in 5 minutes, and I assume that's probably going to be about 3 gallons or so. The book says to add water as needed, so probably going to need to add about 2 gallons of water or so, plus our ingredients. So alright, we will get back at you after we get done milking our apples. Alright, so this is called a hydrometer. This measures how much sugar is in your wine before you have your final product. So you can see right there where it has the percentage. So this measured out right about, I would say, 6%. So when you use these, you want to kind of turn them and just let them free float on their own. And it settled right there, and that was right about that 6% mark. So we're going to be adding some sugar. I kind of want my wine to be right around, like, I'd say 11-12%, somewhere around there. I don't want any higher than that. But so we have some corn sugar we're going to be adding. Let me turn you guys around here so you can see. So we've got about 3 pounds of corn sugar. Let's add this to it. Oops. Right, let's go. I'll show it on there. Well. Alright, let's see what so I did it. Alright, let's test again. Actually, let's see. I'm not doing much, so let's work on it. Let's schedule for that. 10 ounces, I got one shot, that's way too much. So after I shoot for 6. So that's more sugar, that's also quicker than that. Probably, so I don't want to use it. Okay, let's try it again. Hopefully this is enough sugar in there. I really don't want to go to the store tonight and buy any more. Alright. Looks like it might be right around 10 actually, which is kind of where I want it. Say it's 70 there. See, it's about 9%, which I'm okay with. You know, it doesn't have to be super strong, but so right about 9%. Happy with that. Okay, guys. So next we add our acid blend, 5 teaspoons. Now we add our yeast nutrient. Five teaspoons of that.
Yeah, you use my paper.
Oh, sorry. Okay, 5 teaspoons of that. Oh, pectic enzyme. 2.5 teaspoons.
Daddy, can I help?
Yeah, just watch right now.
What does that taste like?
That tastes yucky. 2.5.
Tastes like powder?
Mm-hmm. Alright. 2.5 there. Then we have our wine tannin.
What is this?
That measures, or don't, or be careful with it. That measures how much sugar is in here. So,
Nice
now
smell.
we have our grape tannin, 1.5 teaspoons.
Daddy,
Yeah, see? See, it smells weird, huh?
it smells yucky.
1 and Okay. And then we add 5 Camden tablets, which I've already ground up in this.
Daddy, if you do that thing, you need one penny
Okay.
if you do that.
That really hurts.
Hey,
And our yeast, which I've already let sit for about 20 minutes. And they recommend in between like 80 and 90 degree water. So have had that sit, so now pour that in there. Okay, now we stir this up. Let me stir it up. Okay, let's go. There we go. Okay, so we have all of our ingredients mixed up. Now next step is to pour it in your carboy. You're going to want a funnel like this. It's got this little groove in there, so it doesn't have any of the vacuum and you know, have the funnel back up on you. So we're going to pour this in there, and we're going to put our cork on there and our burper and stick it. You want to stick this somewhere where it's going to stay warm. I kind of like to stick mine above the refrigerator because, you know, as you know, heat rises and it stays kind of at a decent temperature up there. Alright, I measured that just right. Okay, and now we go ahead and let this sit. We're going to go and put our cap on here. Let's see. Stick this on. A little bit large, but that'll work. And then what you're going to want to do is stick some water in here, right about that halfway line. That way when the air comes up, nothing else can get back in there and contaminate your wine.